Via Zoom from Russia, Professor Bogdanova Diana, candidate of technology or technical sciences, Kent, associate professor of the Department of Computational Mathematics and Cybernetics at the UVA University of Science and Technology, research area Artificial Intelligence, Effective Computing, Socio-economics problems. I would like to ask you to start to talk about the application of AI technology to assess the quality of healthcare service based on the multi-dimensional client emotion recognition. Hello, Professor Bogdanova.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yeah, you can go ahead, please, with your talk for 10 to 15 minutes, please.
Please start my
By the way, we have somebody who speaks Russian very well, and if you have anything, you can translate for us from Russian to Arabic. Professor Dr. R. We can do it.
Что готово? Это да. Что задержку. Можно начинать свое выступление, вам дается 10 минут. Пожалуйста, начинайте.
Dear colleagues, I present to you a study on the use of artificial intelligence technologies and assess the quality of medical services based on multidimensional recognition of facial emotions. The next slide, please. The relevance of the topic is determined by the following factors. One of the factors that quality of services provided in healthcare is their direct connection with patient satisfaction, which after their stability. The quality of medical services provided as a direct part of such indicators as stability and competitiveness of medical arms. Emotion arms is not a reflection of the person's internal feeling about them. Is happening around them. In particular, emotions can reflect personal perception of the quality of the medical service provided, expressed in the form of patient satisfaction. According to market estimation emotions analysis systems, market is projected to grow to our 139 billion by 2029. On the government proof emotion recognition is further than the peak of instant expectation, which projected transition to the plateau of productivity in 5-10 years. The next slide. Proposal of the study is developing decisions system for managing the quality of medical care for patients based on their emotional satisfaction, which will automate the process of assessing patient satisfaction and integrate it into medical care quality management process. Research objectives are currently analyzed during the process to assessing the quality of medical care and patient satisfaction, as well as an analysis of facial emotional recognition systems. Based on that analysis, the results developed the concept for integrated facial emotional recognition into the patient satisfaction assessment process. Developing model of facial emotional recognition system based on the analysis conducted and adapted to the concept of the patient satisfaction assessment process. Developing a model of method for assessing patient satisfaction based on the developed integrated concept, allowing for a control part of the quality of medical care, and on helping for supporting decision making based on the resultant model. To develop a software implementation for decision support system for managing the quality of medical care based on the emotional satisfaction of patients. The next, please. The current process for assessing patient satisfaction shortcomings. The assessment uses outdated methodology developed 20-40 years ago, which really on classical information collection methods such as surveys, and feedback forms, and reviews. Requires active patient participation in all quality assessment evaluation, and manual processing of results is required. Patient tends to spend time in quality assessment procedures and very to express their true opinion about service quality to personal contact, or medical companies are forced to offer in the next slide. A patient assessment methodology needs to be developed based on a new form of data collection using emotional recognition systems to extract emotional characteristics from patient. This methodology automates this patient assessment process and eliminates the shortcomings of traditional personality approach. This should lead to ultimately reduce the cost of the process and improve the efficiency of repeating patient feedback, enabling more effective decision-making and managing service quality and organization. In the next slide, the use of emotional recognition systems to measure patient emotional characteristics at different points the service process. At the initial stage, service conditions were named during registration or calculation of the satisfaction data. Professional emotional characteristics will be measured before the service will be released. Then, at the final stage, after the patient has received the required services, the patient's emotional characteristics will be reviewed. This makes it possible to compare. No, last slide, not next. Yes, it's okay. To draw a conclusion about patient satisfaction. Patients also have the opportunity to self-assessment their satisfaction, which subsequently builds the approach to adapt, adjustment successfully. Next slide. Thank you. Emotional classification is the central problem in both psychology and emotional recognition. Currently, most research relies on two theories of emotion categorization: the basic emotion theory and the multidimensional emotion theory. To develop effective emotion recognition system, it's important to recognize that neither theory is universally applicable. Both theories have their own characteristics that influence their implementation and particular practical applications. As well the stage and therefore choosing the theory that best suits specific research goals is a particularly important challenge than developing approaches to emotion recognition, especially in context with limited data and diverse cultural context. In multidimensional theory, it is common to identify several emotional bases in space. For example, this could be based on methods describe the quality of emotion from negative to positive, and also describes the level of activation of emotions. In this case, emotions are represented as points in the space formed by these bases. Discrete emotion theory assumes the existence of basic emotions such as joy, anger, sadness, and love, which serve as the basis for the formation of more complex emotions. The main difference between the theories is that described emotion theory focuses on a limited set of basic emotions, while two-dimensional theory allows for a wide range of emotional states and their intensities. Multidimensional theory offers greater flexibility due to its ability to account for transcendent emotional states, making it particularly useful for tasks including Okay, this emotion theory can be used thus for them that require quick, simple, and understandable analysis of emotional states as it operates on a specific limited set of emotions, which is much easy to interpret that numerical values of multidimensional fields. Many studies in psychology show that human tastes and expression are more prone to multidimensional theory, with a very degree of intensity. Multidimensional theory is more suitable for tasks related to the analysis of special emotions. It allows for the creation of more sensitive and accurate system adapted to individual and cultural characteristics. For this reason, multidimensional theory was used in my study, in which defines two characteristics, arousal and valence. This model is based on James Russell's two-dimensional circumplex model of emotions. Next slide. The input data of the class are immediately contained in the line plane, question plane, that pattern K within the mathematical model represented an array of parameters that define specific spatial motion of the session. To build the model, it is necessary to find the negative F such that it is an image contained in the processing pane. It returns the multidimensional motion to fit the role of the before we can have this from an image, it must first be processed and change features, quality, and remove unnecessary information. This requires constructed transformation has dimensional weight. To improve the model's quality, the feature quality must be checked by lines of factorization rates and dimensional methods. Finally, the to construct a function S R that can map the fusion to values of multidimensional complexity of emotions. Next slide. At the image preprocessing stage, it's necessary to prepare the image for subsequent stage and fusion abstraction visual. The image must first be subjected to grayscale and subject to the contrast limited histogram equalization method to equalize the image illumination. Then the coordinates of the given space must be determined from the image. And this is done using the approach based on the histogram of directional gradient algorithms and support machine. The image will then be properly to the obtained coordinates, so the example contains visualization. After the future extraction stage, information agents must be returned from the processed image and prepared for the reflection algorithm. To achieve this each spatial coordinates will be extracted from the processed image using the MNet. Compensated for errors from various spatial angles and rotations, the fertilization is almost will be applied to the coordinate, converted the spatial coordinate with the frontal addition. This fertilization will be supported by standardized spatial coordinates using the always the line of universal information method. Now that we have the frontalized coordinates of the spatial point, we need to transform them to conditions for regression. This allows us to reduce the number of features to 25 while preserving their key information content. The use of principal component analysis justified by the ability to effectively reduce the dimensions of high complexity. Additional normalization methods were not used as scaling and principal component analysis just sufficient results to ensure model accuracy and easy to Then, as a professional approach, such as approach related on FATS or neo-language approach or spatial landmark approach. They have certain limitations and disadvantages. For example, FATS approach, there is no need for a large dataset, dataset, but it's available to have additional equipment, for example, a web test. Neo-language approach are product for very special fields and goals for rotation, but at time in the network. There are some operations shown in the slide. The presentation now with the bias which image is an example of bringing them to a standard conditions. And we on the presentation features are plain, mainly the length and angle to the center of gravity. After this, the features dimension is reduced. And multi-layer spectrum is applied to the PHS, which will estimate overall length and frequency. And multi-layer spectrum will be used as a regression algorithm, as it demonstrates the best accuracy compared to others. But then spectrum was found to degree specialist. For training and combination of three data sets of users, RASD, EBFDF, and WFDFT, which when performed with the multidimensional data set in the platform framework, the final data sets are taken over 1,000 each from 12,000. Couple methods also used to validate the accuracy results, cross-validation, which presently the need to learn to understand the spectrum achieves the best results from all dimensions. The spectrum of the 25 operation and achieves the combined in of the 0.013, and the validation in the subset of the error increases to a combination error of 0.032. The root error is the zero compared to standard deviation, which indicates the accuracy of construct model. There is a round distribution of validation that show most of the errors are in the distribution of zero, and the graph also has symmetrical distribution. Complication is equal of objects, so it's 0.01 the next one. Let's take a look at the performance questions. The performance questions is based on 5 systems due to the message for the task. This is the 5 system will integrate text knowledge into the action system. Giving the task in execution that to find input roles, and then to change the conditions and of the special place. Moreover, the obtained results will be interpreted in the table, which is especially important in managing the requirements of the will allow the analysis to see which change in emotional indicators that will decrease or increase in infection, which will potentially prompt adjustment to lifestyle machine learning methods. This is especially important in collecting extensive and high-quality data on question motion characteristics, the concept of due to the spatial measurement and the cost of the label. Next slide. Which means that we introduced the basic tree test, which will consist of five variables, the range of reasoning from -1 to 1 and membership functions. To implement the also, we introduced the basic term set of three 5-year variables, so which with the given domain from -1 to 1 and gender membership functions. The next slide. And we see that shows emotional quality, positive or negative, and some of the balance leads to the increased affection, decrease in balance reduced affection, has a high priority, improving or worsening balance is the key factor. It also shows the level of activity or loss. Moderate levels usually have a reduced effect of infection, but also levels whether too low or too high can be natural or negative, so depends on the context. For example, those levels that too low or too high can reduce infection because doesn't compensate for the change. Next slide. Next slide. Okay. Let's move on to the description of the influence of bioinfections and infections. Let's look at some examples of influence. This group first happens characterized by the fact that improvement in balance and sensation, but also indicate a positive emotional effect from the medical therapeutic. Similar to compensation and improvement in balance that have with an increase in but also characterized and positive effect of the medical. Example that absence of any changes as demonstrated by before response to the nature of systems, also with the like the deterioration in balance provided this concentrated by and increasing the role of activities and natural assessments can be substituted to the absence of any direction of change. In the case of the strong negative changes in balance or also the second the dimensions remain unchanged, and conclusion can be drawn about the client's world dissatisfaction with the surrender. Similarly, for dimensional change negatively, this self-indicated emotion. Next slide. And this algorithm use those elements which the and we will find rules for cases not covered by each existing rule and membership function is encoded as the initial population of the rule. The algorithm substitute functions minimize the difference between and action. The algorithm runs new and new records are added to the knowledge. The result new rule can operate with the one for external representation set, even the new model of Explanation document. Recommendations are based on accumulated special data, well, their emotional behavior, to minimize their representation are being tied to configuration point and the recommendations are implemented each and each has either contain information about the change indicator as well as the distribution of possible goals and recommendations. And also the structure of the conditions for systems and the interaction. Okay, next slide. This time we have more on protection by based on analysis of the emotional state. It gives you the confidence in the use of artificial technologies to expand emotion and emotional feeling. And psychology to transform one paper that of the roles of updates before and after the sort of why is the people assessment of perception. This feature also easily interpretable. Furthermore, the approach overcomes the shortcoming of traditional information by dealing with the information generation and system. The whole approach has the potential to become a powerful tool of that against. In this slide, and thank you for your attention. Please have questions.
Thank you very much, Professor Diana, for this presentation.
Thank you, Professor Diana. Спасибо вам большое за ваше выступление, презентацию. Нас слышно, да?
Да.
Тут есть пару вопросов, которые хотят вам задать. Не знаю, сейчас дам микрофон на английском задать. Оценивание и метод применения, ну, это ваши модели и вашего метода, и способы его сравнения с другими, с классическими методами. Даю микрофон. Человек на английском, наверное, задаст вопрос, если будут какие вопросы, могу вывести.
Hello. Thank you for this interesting subject, for exposing this interesting subject. I have one question regarding the legal and ethical aspect of the issue. Since the patients will be monitored all the time by AI systems to record their emotions, so and the privacy issues are as well. How do you tackle this problem, privacy and legal issue?
Sorry, I'm not that understand. You asked about how to manage for real situation in
Yes, in real medical situations, because there are privacy issues for the patient and ethical issues. I mean, when he is monitored all the time by AI systems to report his emotions, how do you tackle it? How do you solve this issue, the privacy issue?
It's technical can be organized by administration desk and use only the video camera and after we are read the emotions before medical services and after. And we are comparing two emotional states between this and after we understand what the changes and give some recommendation if this change is so exciting or something like that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
I hope I have answered your question because not this connection is not to understanding my being.
Okay, thank you, Professor Diana. We have another вопрос. Еще один вопрос.
Thank you for nice presentation, Professor. My question is about of the modeling and regarding, for example, the global relation. So we are transferred now from the traditional statistical analysis to the new methods or tools for analyzing the, for example, the poverty targeting, the target number one of the SDGs. Now talking about the modeling, we have, in addition to the structured data, we have unstructured data. My question, how we can get these unstructured data to the previous structured data? If you have an example, please tell us about if there is an application regarding this issue. Thank you so much.
I hope I understand. So if we use the classical methods of statistical methods like rationality or use of some calculations, yes, we have structured information and we can use the traditional statistical methods for analyzing the data. But my approach has some the patient not spend the time for and so, but my students can use the both methods, the classical method for other things of classification like personality and emotional intelligence. And this is how if we have some big difference between the different tests, we can adapt the system for this situation. Because we have the genetic possibilities for this, because we have two great and two other sections. Data and and I think this is the next step of understandable how we can reanalyze and how we can represent our questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the clarification. Thank you again, and hope you enjoy the conference. Actually, we have now a coffee break with the audience here. So thank you very much for the presentation. And now I'll نفتح مجال إن شاء الله البريك for 20 دقيقة.
Спасибо, Professor Diana.
Thank you. I hope it was interesting for you. And for me, it's an honor to be one piece of your conference. Thank you.
Thank you again.
Приезжайте к нам, у нас тепло.
إلى هذا القدر نتوقف استراحة قصيرة ثم نعود إن شاء الله.